What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jay Spence the King, and I am excited to be here. I feel like everybody who's here is excited to be here. I'm gonna run around it real quick, and then we're gonna get right into it because we all got so much energy to talk. Well, I don't know if Kristen got energy. Let me
A little
renege on
drink.
that comment right there. But we all got a specific type of love and energy at the moment because our Buffalo Bills just did something amazing last night. So it is the Chop Up Crew. We are here with our post game, and I know it's been a day, but it's our post game reaction to the Buffalo Bills hosting the Super Wildcard Weekend against the New England Patriots. We got my girl Kate Gunn, the president of Bills Mafia Babes, who's barely alive. What's up, Kate Gunn?
How's it going, Spence? I
Oh, you look warm, girl. I like that. You got is that a snuggie?
Look at how big this thing is.
Oh, girl.
I'll
I
cover
like
the
that.
like a
yeah, it's like a big snuggie. It's reversible. It's
I
sure.
love that.
I'm
you look like
living
a
in
Buffalo
it today.
Bills bear,
Yeah,
like a teddy bear. Yeah.
yeah, that's me. While I'm living in it, while I try and coax my voice back to life over here. So
Yeah.
We got my other home girl, Miss Angelina A Dubs, Big Dubs in the building. What's going on with you?
Good. How are y'all?
Hey,
I'm
we
also
doing
a
it. We
little
here.
bit tired because I was excited yesterday about the win and we partied after, so a little bit tired.
Yeah, we for sure partied. Well, I know y'all partied out there a whole different way. We're gonna talk about. I saw some pictures and some clips that made me. I'm still cold looking at the picture, so I can only imagine how it was for you all standing out there for 18 hours yesterday. And then we got my man, we got my homeboy, the man, the one, the only, the living legend himself, Mr. Steros for the girls in the building. What up, Steros?
Man, that intro, hey, keep it coming. Nah.
Hey, hey.
Hey, nah, it's all love and family here. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I woke up early. I was watching highlights and I rewatched the game a couple times. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that from the Bills, like ever. And I got to watch it
Well,
with my son. So that was just it was
that's
special, man.
that's
It was
amazing.
so
special.
that's
That's
dope.
good.
Well, I mean, so that's dope right there that you got to watch it with the son. But the thing is, I just want to before we get into anything, you haven't seen anything like that from any team in NFL history, and I'm gonna tell you why. That's the first time in NFL history that a team has had no punts, no field goals, no turnovers. It was the perfect offensive game. Josh Allen had 5 touchdowns and 4 incompletions. It was the first time in NFL history that the Buffalo Bills did not punt the ball, or that any team did not punt the ball, kick a field goal, or even have to face a damn fourth down to convert.
That's
It is the
crazy.
first time. Let me flex real quick for my
Hey, say
boys.
it again.
It's
Say
the
it
Say it
again.
first
again. Run it back.
time
Oh,
in
I agree
NFL
second
history.
time. Like,
I got chills saying it, so I'm gonna say it again. It's the first time in NFL history that a team, and on top of it, is in the playoffs. That a team did not punt the ball, face a fourth down, kick a field goal, or turn the ball over. And while doing so, our quarterback was 1 point away from a perfect quarterback rating because he had 5 touchdown passes and 4 incompletions.
that's crazy.
Holy smokes.
I got it.
Holy
It
smokes.
chokes me up. Like it chokes me up. Like how long did we wait for this? It's
A
incredible.
long time.
Incredible.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't wait for this. I didn't expect this. Like this,
No.
this is like far exceeding my expectations about what I thought the Buffalo Bills would ever show us at any point against a Bill Belichick coach team. Like, come on.
It doesn't even feel real. And just my perspective of it, my son's watching it with me. We watch all the Bills games together, but he's just like, man, Josh Allen is like that, ain't he, Dad? Like he's that dude. He even said himself, he's 11 now. He's like, nobody can hate on him no more. Like, put it to bed. Like Josh Allen came out there in front of millions of people, America
Bruh.
watching, and he came out there. I'm talking, bro. The arm arrogance that he had last night was unreal. That the interception by Micah Hyde,
Gotcha.
like I didn't even know he caught the ball. It was
That
so
was so wild.
insane.
I was sitting in that end zone and just it was so loud. Like I'll never forget like how I felt when he did that. And then to watch like the replays of it and to hear how loud we were, I'm like, I'm never gonna ever forget that.
Like, where did he come from? He just came out of
He
nowhere.
literally just like wove his way in. I was like, holy shit.
I'm gonna just tell you on the like watching
Oh,
the
sure. I'm
broadcast.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It's the F one that we can't do.
Okay,
so
okay. I
Sterls,
won't
I'm
say
warning
that.
you in advance, Sterls.
Oh, he's singling me
I'm
out
calling
like
you.
that.
Yeah, I'm calling you out, bro. But but no, like on the broadcast though, like at the live part of the game, not the replay, but when he first intercepted the ball. You really like watching the broadcast. You couldn't quite tell like if it was like the first moment. You couldn't tell if it was an interception or a touchdown because like the way the placement of the ball, it was a good like it was a very well thrown ball to the degree that if Hyde wasn't freaking Iron Man out there, like it probably would have been a great completion over the shoulder. Micah Hyde came out of like nowhere.
Like he had wings on that. He had wings on that play. It was unreal.
Everybody's just like, where did he come from?
I don't know if he drank Red Bull before the game or what, but you're talking about wings. Micah Hyde definitely had him, and he was all over the place.
He deserves the Red Bull sponsorship.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk? Let's talk about that for a second. Let's. I know, like it's not our place to talk sponsorships, and it's not our place to talk contracts. It's not our place to talk all that stuff. But we got 2 All-Pro players on our teams. Let's get them do some real endorsements. Okay, let's get them some real endorsements out there. And it took forever for Josh to finally get one. I don't know why it had to be Buffalo Wild Wings. Not throwing salt on my quarterback, but I feel like there's enough places in Buffalo that I don't feel like Josh even eats Wild Wings because he lives in Buffalo now. Like, why would you ever eat Buffalo Wild Wings? No diss to Buffalo Wild Wings if y'all want to sponsor the chop up for next season. But what I'm saying is, when you're from Buffalo, like I got a picture of Sterling eating a chicken wing from Buffalo.
I love that picture.
It changed his life. Like now, I can guarantee every time he has wings, wherever he is in Colorado, he has a flashback of that moment. I guarantee it.
It's not as good as the buffalo wing.
Hey, there's a lot of things that give me memories, but there's not many memories that'll top that eating experience. Like I'd rather do that than a lot of other things I do. It was so good, man. It was so good. Hey, and shout out to Miss Beto. That's my girl. Hey, there's like a whole story with the whole wing thing, man. It's like I don't even know if I can say it on here, dog.
Well, no, we got to get her on the show one time, like so y'all could have that, so we can just talk about it. B is hilarious. Anybody who's met B, like B is hilarious, and that's why. and shout out to Steph. She's telling me she don't think that's how we get a sponsorship, but I understand. Like, I'm just saying though, being realistic. Like we all know when you're from Buffalo or you are in Western New York, even Rochester, Niagara Falls. You're not eating Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, come on. Like, we know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to JR. He's the first one in here tonight with a super chat. How about not punting again? Again, a Bill Belichick team. I can't say that middle one. Go. Let's do it. This 8 quarters against a Bill Belichick team with no punts.
That's so wild to think about.
You want to know why they didn't punt outside of Josh Allen is because Mitch Morse, Spencer Brown, Ryan Bates. I mean, dude, they put on a freaking orchestra performance. They were so good. The offensive line was so good. I'm talking about pulling, getting to the second level, the point of attack. They were mauling the Patriots defensive line. They had no answer for them boys up front. Deion Dawkins, they were talking mad crap the whole game. You could see it on TV. They were letting them boys know that today ain't the day. Like when Singletary, like in the first quarter, had a couple runs, the whole offensive line was like, yo, let's go. They were like pushing him. Like that is just special, man. From an offensive line standpoint, I have not seen the Bills play that well on the offensive line this season. I'm telling you, man, they were fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh,
shout out to my man.
Yeah. Joe.
Shout out to my man Joe Miller. He out here breaking rules, eating Buffalo Wild Wings, but we gonna let him. I know he lived in Columbus, and his girls. We gonna let him
slide just one time though.
So let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk.
do
I
it.
know we have been, but let's talk about it. But so before we get into like the actual game, real quick, because Kristen and Ange were both there. So let's talk about the tailgate, and let's talk about. I saw a ton of pictures with Anthony. I saw him with Warlock. I saw pretty much I saw everybody there except Joe. He should have been there. I don't know what you were doing, dude. Should have been at the tailgate, putting that out there.
Yeah, Joe.
I saw John Fina. I saw all types of stuff. John was living his best life.
He sure was.
Dude, we had a good tailgate. We put together a good tailgate yesterday, like brushing shoulders off on that one.
Sure did.
We had probably, God, people were filtering in and out all day. We probably saw a few hundred people that pulled through. We had a box truck full of food with torpedo heaters to like be able to step in and get warm. Like, my boys.
We had a DJ and he was playing really good songs throughout the whole time. We had different like news crews pop in and out and do different interviews and try to just capture what like the Bills Mafia tailgate is really all about. And they did like a really cool feature with Shane in the Bills Mafia house. So that was really cool to kind of understand that backstory a little bit more. But it was a blast. I had a good time.
Shout out also to Gab Gowdy with FanDuel, because she pulled through and was interviewing
people
there for FanDuel, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we got a chance to meet her last week on what was it? The train wreck. It was like the national football
live analysis.
Yeah, she's really, really cool. She, you know what? I like her. She's a Cleveland Browns fan, but she has a disdain for Baker. So she and I get along very, very well. We both, we don't like Baker. So, but no, I did see a ton of those pictures though, and you guys look like you had a ton of fun. It looks like the Bills Mafia house was like just jumping. Like it looked like it was a club.
Man, there was an after party.
Outdoor club.
Right. We had an after party. We popped like 20 bottles of champagne, took champagne showers. It was something.
Now wait a minute.
No degrees, just vibes.
Well, no, here's the part I don't believe, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it. You're talking about taking champagne showers. I've seen people's beers frozen that they had to put on the damn grills. So you mean tell me that champagne made it? It didn't freeze up on y'all?
Sure did. That's what a torpedo heater is for.
Man. Yo, I'm trying to remember who it was, but on the timeline, somebody literally was like, "Oh, yeah, let me put this on the grill to thaw it out a little bit." I put my beer down for 5 minutes and it froze.
My beer froze twice yesterday. It was the weirdest thing. Like you would get down to the bottom of it, it would be like an actual brick of ice, or it was just slush. It was wild. Yeah.
And like people would be like, "I'm gonna set my plate of food down," because we had like a whole spread. We had like pizza, wings, and all that stuff. And people would be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna set my plate here. I have to like go say hi to somebody," and they come back and it's like frozen. And they're like, "What happened to my food?" I'm like, "It's cold out. You left it out." So
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
good day. That was a good day, man.
It was fun. Just the energy was. I haven't experienced anything like that in a long time.
Yeah, no, it looked great. Like it looked fantastic. Like, aside, like, okay, so again, everybody already knows my take on cold and how I feel about cold. So no, even if I wouldn't have been there, however, it looked like a freaking great time. Like everything about it looked like everything that Bills Mafia says that we're about. It looked like everything that the team is proud of the fan base being about. So first, I just want to congratulate you, Kristen, and I don't know who everyone was who took part in organizing it, but I do know that you played a big role in that. So congratulations to that. It looked like seriously, it looked like a phenomenal, fantastic night.
Yeah, it was. We had that energy. That's one that I'll take with me to the grave. Like that was every single person that you met was just happy and in a good mood. And before the game, after the game, like, I mean, it was a vibe. It was a straight vibe. Like, it was amazing.
What was the stadium like, though? That's what I want to know. Because I mean, it had to be magical. Like, because on TV, like, we've all watched the Bills playoff games from the 90s, or probably did. And that nostalgia that comes with it. We've seen the videos, but like, you guys were actually there in the stadium in a playoff game at night against the Patriots. Like, you could not set a better stage than that. One side, you got a demigod for a quarterback, and then you got McCorkle on the other side with the hoodie, Bill Belichick, and the nasty Crowder, all the chowder and the Kraft cheese. It was like you could not write a better script. Like, what was it like inside the stadium, though? What was it like?
I told Mookie because he kind of did a pregame interview with Kristen and I was like, it was just so electric. Like, it really was. Like, usually, like, I'll go and, like, obviously, like, we're excited, but this was, like, a whole different level of excitement, and it just was contagious. And it was the most incredible thing I've really experienced. Like, to just be going against someone that, like, I can't freaking stand, like the Patriots, and to just, like, whoop their ass, like, the way we did was, like, I can't think of a better feeling. I really can't.
Hey,
Honestly,
Brian, real quick. I'm sorry, Brian. I was gonna bring it up now because the conversation is going to the stadium. I gotta do it in flow of the game, man. Shout out to my man Brian Bowers with the super chat. He's in his feelings like y'all gonna ignore my super chat. No, we going with the flow of the show, man. So, but while we're talking about that, he's telling me to calm down with the dome talk because Allen is elite and made sure that Matt Hawk didn't even have to see the field. I'm gonna call him Matt Hack, even though he didn't have to punt yesterday. He'd been hacking the ball all around the field. But we're going. But Josh did his thing and made sure he didn't have to see the field. And so look, we were just talking about how cold it was with the beer freezing and talking about all this stuff, and we're talking about how the stadium's rocking. So let's talk about it. The game, like during the game, standing there for 3.5 hours watching Josh Allen be surgical. Like what was it? What was the experience? Because I was there last year. Joe and I went for the Colts game, and it was 6,700 fans there. It wasn't full capacity, and then they had the Ravens the next week. Again, it wasn't full capacity. So now this is the first playoff game, and this like on TV, it looks like it looks like, to me, it looked like a party, like a real concert, like your favorite concert, whoever your favorite artist is, they're coming out on stage. Is that, to me, it was the On the Run tour again in Buffalo. As soon as I saw it, how it looked, it was jumping. Let's talk about it.
It was, I mean, comparing it to a concert is accurate, except the loudest concert I've ever been at. Like, my ears are still ringing today.
Wow.
I mean, it was so deafeningly loud in there. Every time we had our hands on the ball, every time, I mean, it was just, holy cow, I can't get over it. Yesterday was our Cinderella story, like that was kind of like having that entire stadium. I barely saw Pats fans. When I did, they had an attitude, but that's
I think I saw 5.
Belongs on here. But like, I did not see a lot of Pats fans there. So imagine that stadium just packed with, I would probably say 95% Bills fans. Like that those roars were out of control. It was nuts.
Before we talk about the game, though, I gotta tell you about your boy Spence. So let me know. Let me know when it's time to talk about the game, because Spence and I were on this Twitter Spaces, right? I think Kristen, you probably were there, but he put together this really cool thing where he had like Pat's pulpit guys, and he had a lot of the media guys or content creators for the Bills, and we were all in there talking. It wasn't no animosity, no crazy talk, but like when you talk to the Patriots fans, you hear them talk like they actually thought they had a chance in the game. Like that's one of the things that brings it full circle for me, because like, and what the Bills did to them on the field versus what the conversations we were having, it's just wild. Yesterday was just wild, man, in so many ways.
Yeah.
Well, in that Spaces, I made sure. So, like, I was wrong with the points that I thought the Bills would score. My prediction in the Spaces was 31-17 Buffalo. But what I said was, I'm like, no, Buffalo's going to dominate this game, and they're going to have 17 because at the end they might get another touchdown, and it's going to look closer than it was. But like, to me, there was no way that the Buffalo Bills were not going to dominate this game when your starting left tackle's out, your starting or your second cornerback is out. You have all these injuries everywhere. There's no way. And while we're in it, because I know we're going to get away from all the comments, I did want to shout out the fact that Jordan Poyer did give us a shout out on his presser there earlier about the Poyer for All Pro. We riot. That was a good moment. But look, Micah Hyde, and we just talked about the interception, and we're talking about Levi Wallace. All like it was. There was no way that we didn't dominate that game. And then to come out and to see it, man, it was wild. It was absolutely wild.
Wow.
And I will say, I went to the game obviously by myself. My brother was really kind, and he gifted me a ticket. He's like, you need to be at this game. I want you to go. So I went. So I was sitting by myself, and at first I'm like, it was kind of awkward sitting by myself. But when I tell you that I had people next to me that I didn't know hugging me, high-fiving me, like slamming on the bleachers with me. Like that's what this whole Bills Mafia is all about. Like I felt like one big family, and I didn't feel awkward at all. Like I felt like I was with my family, like watching a game and watching our team dominate. So that was like a really special thing. That's like I don't know if other fan bases feel that, but that was a really special feeling to me too.
Well, that's what it looked like. Kristen sent me a picture, and she's just like, "Yo, I literally love everybody in this picture." And there was, I forget. I mean, I'm gonna miss somebody if I try to call names, but it looked like that energy all across the board. Not just what Kristen sent me, but like I said, John Fina was sending Joe and me, like, and we have a little text group that we have, and John was sending us pictures of him and Bruce Smith sitting together and eating queso. Like they just, but it's just like it was such a party. It was such a party. We got to talk about the game. We keep talking about the feeling of the game. We got to talk about the game. So let's talk about let's talk about, God, do I want to talk about the defense first or the offense?
They both are great, so go ahead. Don't even matter.
Because here's the thing, like
fun, so
in reality, let me do this. Let me say it like this. In reality, you can obviously nitpick little things and say, hey, okay, we weren't perfect. We gotta do this, right? I'm not gonna be the one to do that this week. After a game like that, I think whatever little mistakes that we did see, I heard a lot of people, surprisingly, a lot of people complaining about Tyler Bass and the missed extra points. The thing is, I've seen Tyler Bass all season. I know that him missing extra points is not normal. I feel like something had to be going on for that to be an issue for him. Tyler Bass is about as automatic as an automatic. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about that. I saw a couple people actually question me too about Isaiah McKenzie. Like, well, he fumbled on the first play of from doing a return. Do you think that's why they put Micah Hyde back there for punts? I don't care. You know what I say about Isaiah McKenzie? Give this man a damn extension. Keep Isaiah McKenzie in Buffalo. I don't want to see Isaiah McKenzie go somewhere else. I don't want to see Isaiah McKenzie test the market and try to get 3 years for 15 anywhere else. Let's start with K Dub. Okay, good grief. I'm putting y'all together now. Let's start with K Gun here. How do you feel about, because you were there, so how do you feel about what you saw from Isaiah McKenzie? I mean, he had me excited. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times I was jumping in my living room screaming while I was watching this game.
On God. Wait, who's going?
You said K Dub. I didn't know. I was like,
and then I cleared it up and said K Gun. We're gonna start with K Gun.
Oh my bad, sorry.
Isaiah has impressed me more and more every single game moving forward through this season. You know, in the beginning of the season, it was kind of like and then it was, right around we saw the benching. Was that New Orleans when he got benched and he wasn't playing? And then, ever since that, it was like, he switched the flip or he flipped the switch a little bit here. And he's really, really, that man like jumped his entire height yesterday to make a catch. Like I could not believe it. He's incredible. He's just out there smashing it, man. And I'm so happy for him. And I'm so happy for us that we have him.
What you think, A-Dub? You think we should keep Mac, man?
Yeah, and he already said, he's willing to, take his compensation in candy. So, feel like between that, him and Brandon Bean can figure that out. But I really like how he's just progressed throughout the season, kind of like Kristen was saying, in the beginning of the season, you didn't really know how to feel about him. Special teams, he was having his struggles, but I really feel like he's really gotten it together the last few games. And he's someone I'm excited when I see him get the ball or when I see him in a formation. I'm excited that he's going to be involved. So I hope we extend him. I think he's a really good addition. I love his speed and just how versatile he is and where he can be. So I hope we keep him.
Listen, again, I know I've been critical of Isaiah McKenzie about special teams. You are not going to hear me be one of the guys that complain about any of these dudes after this game. Like, you're just not going to have me do it. So I don't care what y'all say. I'm on cloud nine with all these dudes. Steros, how do you feel about Zeke? Or I don't know if we should call him Zeke right now, watching these Cowboys. They look bad. How do you feel about Isaiah McKenzie, man? Like, I feel like we need to keep this dude.
Man, yeah, I think it's time to throw him some bones, man. Give him a contract that's worthy of not just a little 1 year, hey, honorable mention, but pay the man. He's really carved out his role in this offense. You see him lined up in the slot, and his ability to break off routes and get separation has was incredible. The fact that he was able to three catches three rushes for 29 yards. I mean, Dable was using him the way that he should have been using him the whole time. He's always had a role to produce. And, so yeah, I'm totally all for it, man. McKenzie has earned his spot. I want to see it. We've seen him do it against the Patriots twice. I want to see it moving forward as just a staple of the offense. And McKenzie's going to see his fair shares of touches moving forward because, at this rate, just the threat of his ability to bend the edge and use speed. Come on now. Like, it's just awesome. So, yeah, extend the man.
And here's the thing, and this one might be, I guess, part of the rough side of the take, but I feel like after this year, I feel like he's given us enough to show that either we can move on from Beasley, or if we don't move on from Beasley, it still needs to be something like you said, where we absolutely figure out how to have McKenzie be a huge part of this offense. There's no excuse at this point for him to not be a weapon when we're playing any team other than New England. It seems like Daboll only wants to use him as that Swiss Army knife that he is when we play against New England. And it's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, it's refreshing because then you get a 47-17 ass whooping, like straight up ass whooping that we saw last night. So let's move on from McKenzie. I just wanted to throw that out there because I believe McKenzie deserves some love after what we saw from him last night and what we saw from him a few weeks ago in the second game against the Patriots. So let's move on. Let's talk about how damn surgical, like just pinpoint accurate my quarterback was. Can we talk about how Josh Allen had 5 touchdowns and 4 incompletions? Can we talk about how he had Can we talk about the first touchdown pass to Dawson Knox?
That was wild.
That was the one that was my favorite one of the whole game. That was unreal.
What? Like what? For real? Like, come on, man. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with my quarterback. Like, and then all the Patriots fans, I got all this BS in my comments last week. So after Hump Day Hotline, me and Joe had this part, and I put the clip on Twitter, and I was saying how, look, we got our guy. We got Josh Allen. We don't have to be scared of the Patriots. They're not the big bullies on the block no more because Tom Brady's in Tampa and all this stuff. And all these Patriots fans was in my comments talking all crazy. Now look at you. And I'm going to talk my talk because I waited 20 damn years to talk like this about a quarterback. And Josh Allen, God, Josh Allen's that dude.
Josh Allen was incredible, man. And just I don't think people understand how good he really is. Like the way he throws the football, like from different angles and tight windows. The most impressive throw, there's 2 impressive throws. Okay, when he hit Gabriel Davis, when he slid to the left side of the hash, threw it off his back foot to the other side of the field to Gabriel Davis in stride, incredible. And then the rollout pass to Dawson Knox while he's rolling right, going full speed, perfect pass to Dawson Knox. The dude is just unreal. It took Next Gen Stats said it was 9 seconds for his first touchdown pass that you mentioned, Spence. 9 seconds on that touchdown pass to Dawson Knox. That's how long he was back there in the pocket because that offensive line, them boys are back there blocking their butts off all night long. Josh Allen was surgical last night, and just to hear people still are surprised that Josh Allen is this good on national media. They are surprised today that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, 5 touchdown passes, 4 incompletions, 308 yards, 66 rushing yards. He freaking ran over Christian Barmore, dude. Christian Barmore's 300-something pounds. He's a defensive tackle. Come on, man. This is your quarterback, Buffalo. This is your quarterback right here. He is a demigod. Josh Allen is one of one in the NFL. He is one of one, and he plays for the Buffalo Bills. Just think about that for a minute.
Talk to him.
I love when Stros gets wound up. I love it.
Yes, let me hear it.
My dude.
It's
Like,
true though,
it's
man.
just
It's just
that-
so wild to think that like we have like that dude, like someone who's that special. Like it's ours. Like he's our quarterback. Like
Only Buffalo people will understand this because we've all watched other teams play and be like, damn, I wish we had Rodgers. Oh, I would, because we went through the quarterback purgatory for a long time. Cleveland Brown fans go, damn, I wish you would have taken Josh Allen first overall. Like, we got one of those dudes, like a household name. There is nobody like him. He is one of one. There has never been a quarterback like Josh Allen in the NFL ever. And then not just me being a homer, that's true. 6'5", 240 pounds. He can run. He can throw it out. I mean, he could do it all. Like, come on, man. Like, we got a dude. I'm just telling you, there's a Super Bowl that's coming to Buffalo at some point. I don't know when. It could be this year, but in the next few years, it's happening, y'all. It's happening. He's too 100%.
Good. Listen, I have not been so sure about something since, like I said on the show the other night, since I said LeBron James was going to win the championship for the Lakers. And he ended up doing that thing in the bubble. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's next year or when, but I'm going to tell you what, Josh Allen is going to have the Lombardi Trophy riding down Elmwood. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't even think about it yet. Like,
I don't cry.
And then with
I
the
love
whole,
that. I love that.
Everything that Sterles just said, like, we got that dude. He's that guy. He's a one of one. How is he not a Pro Bowler?
We don't care.
How?
We don't care.
He's
snub him.
That's what I care about.
Every year. Snub him every year because it fits the Josh Allen story so well. This guy was constantly overlooked. He didn't have any D1 offers. He went to Reedley JUCO College. Me and Spence can go play at Reedley right now. We old.
Right now.
Right now. Okay?
Right now.
I got you. Okay, like this is what Josh Allen, the boy, hey, that boy was on a farm. Like, I'm not saying he had humble beginnings, but my boy was on a farm. Like, hey, man, Josh Allen.
Do you guys think that he ever like used to throw cantaloupes like footballs, like when he was growing up?
No doubt he did. I
feel like that dude was throwing big. I don't even know what the measurements of hay are. He was just taking them with one hand, just throwing. I done knock something over because that's just like I feel like he got that
cantaloupe.
Yeah, he got that farmer boy strength. You don't just get that. Like he didn't have John Deere's on his farm. He did all that by arm. Like that dude was harvesting by arms. You know what I mean? Just out there, just doing the corn like this. Like Josh was like, it's just insane. It's insane to throw the throw to Emmanuel Sanders, the touchdown throw. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Insane, man.
Beautiful.
David Reed says watermelons. I bet you Josh Allen can throw a watermelon 500 yards. I guarantee it.
I would like to see that. Like, I would like to see him throw like a watermelon or a cantaloupe. Just all of the large.
Just something.
And not.
I want to.
And people don't understand how hard it is in the freezing cold, how hard it is. Like when you throw a football, if it's wet, if it's really cold, how hard it is to grip it. And for him to just rip it through those winds, those Buffalo winds, that is impressive. Just remember when Mac Jones threw his pass, they got intercepted by Micah Hyde. It took every ounce of arm strength that he had to throw that ball up there. And that was like 40 something yards. Josh Allen threw that to Diggs, and Diggs he was like trying to adjust to it, and he almost overthrew him. Like, that's how impressive his arm is. It's incredible.
Yo, who said J.C. Jackson can cover Stephon Diggs? I need to know. I need to know who gave this man this type of credibility. Who said that this guy is that good that he can come out and talk island? What island? And I tell you what, if y'all talking about these islands with these shutdown corners, it always seems like the Buffalo Bills have that receiver that just goes and just buys up all the properties on these damn islands. Because when Revis was talking about this Revis Island, Stevie ate. And Stevie had property out there. My man Stevie had at least 6 properties out there. And now you look at my man Diggs and what he's doing on Jackson. I don't even want to give it. I don't even want to call it Jackson Island because his last name, that'll be disrespectful to my man Michael Jackson, who probably owned 40 islands of his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to disrespect Mike Jackson like that. Who said J.C. Jackson can cover Stephon Diggs.
Did you hear about J.C. Jackson talk about his island before the game? Like, he envisions himself as a lockdown corner. He's a good corner, but he was talking about his island, and Stephon Diggs just went and flooded that mug because it's gone. Stephon Diggs has made him his little child. J.C. Jackson's name is J.C. Diggs Jr. because he treated him. Put the babies to sleep.
He stunned them right there.
He gone.
There you go.
Pacifier,
That's
Binky,
what he said.
He out. He out. He out.
Oh my God.
Dawson Knox. I mean, Dawson Knox was out there eating last night. Y'all see Dawson Knox out? Dawson Knox is, man, they all balled out, man. Yeah.
So Josh Allen set the record for highest QBR in history with the stat beginning in 2006, or I'm guessing that's the last time it was when Tom Brady did it with 98. Josh Allen had 98.5. Like that.
I got another one for you. In 5 playoff games, Josh Allen has the most combined pass yards and rush yards in his first 5 starts with 338. You know who the other guys are? Andrew Luck is number 1 with 365. Kurt Warner is 3rd, and Patrick Mahomes is 4th. Josh Allen ranks 2nd in his first 5 playoff starts. Like, when Josh Allen gets in the playoffs, it's business time. Like, Josh Allen is dude. We see it. It's like he turns into a demon out there because his freaking eyes go in the back of his head, and he's like trying to kill everybody. He does not care. What did they say, like the honey badger back in the day? Like, the honey badger don't give. He's straight honey badgering these dudes, man. He just don't give a damn at all.
It's ridiculous. K-Gun, T talking about T Estelle. Shout out to my homegirl T Estelle, the real
What's
one.
up, T?
But she talking about how he broke somebody's ankles. When this happened during a game, I said Josh Allen is out here snatching ACLs in real life. How did
I didn't know that happened?
I watched replays of it, and the way he just like muscled his way, and I laughed.
Not even the muscle play. It was a play where he ran and he broke somebody down where it looked like the dude folded 3 different times. Like he looked like, you know, them breakdown tables when you got to hit the legs and then you hit the other legs and then you fold it. That's how.
The ones we jump on?
No, not like the ones you jump on, like the ones that used to be at the old black churches, the big wooden ones that you got to do the joint and you. It was like that. He folded him like that,
and he wasn't even touched on the play. Didn't even get touched.
He was like 6 yards away when this dude fell. Like he was that scared of Josh coming for him. Shout out to Triggs that said, bro, if Lattimore can't cover Diggs, JC sure can't. I'm sorry. You know, Hove is that guy.
Jay-Z can't cover him either.
hey, the way Diggs was playing, couldn't nobody cover that dude if they was doing karaoke. It was over with for him. You know what I mean? Like, it was over. It was over. Let's get we're gonna get out of here soon. So we got about 9 minutes left. Let's talk about the defense for a little bit too. And then we can look forward to, so now the game, this is everybody listening to this in podcast form. We're actually doing this right prior to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs game. So we do not yet know who we are going to play next weekend. So don't judge us for any takes. We are doing this prior to that game. But let's talk about this defense for a second. Like let's start with A-Dubs on it. Just what should Wait. I forgot to say this about the offense. No, I'm sorry. Because see what this does. That was the number 2 ranked defense that we put 47 points up against.
Yeah, you said was.
Yeah, no, it was. That was. Because they're not even in they're not even in the tournament no more. So yeah, it's definitely a was. It's over with for that. It's over with. Like what? What? Come on, man. Quit playing with my boys. Now, let's get to the defense, A-Dubs. I'm sorry. I had to throw that out there. But yeah, just talk about it. What, like your takeaway being at the game, like what was the energy like when we were on defense?
Man, they are nasty out there. That's the only thing I could say. Like, they're just nasty out there. But just, it was so loud. Like, I know Kristen can say this too. Like, just when Mac Jones had the ball, like, I'm not gonna say what people are saying out loud because I can't get in trouble, but like the things you heard people yell and just these plays that these dudes were making, like it was just rocking in there. And I'm like, holy cow, like this is our team. Like this is our defense. Like especially that Micah Hyde interception, like that I keep talking about it, but like I have to, like that was like the most incredible thing I've watched in person. Like
But where you at, K-Gun? Because I know, you know what I mean? Like I'm still speechless about this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I seem all over the place, because my energy I've been wired all day.
Yeah, I can't I feel like my brain still isn't thinking in complete sentences because it's just I'm speechless. Like Aaron said, I'm just speechless. You know, our defense looked like that well-oiled machine that we've been waiting to see out of them the whole season consistently. Horrible Harry, man, he has been playing lights out these last few games, and I am here for that. Like I love watching his like revenge tour right now and bouncing back after those injuries that he suffered. I think I said the same thing last week, but I just always seem to find my eyes drawn to him during these games, and he's just killing it, But I mean, everybody, all of them were out there just.
Oliver is another person. The last few games, he's gotten me so excited. Like I think he's really kind of glow up this year, especially.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to my man David Reed. We got another super chat. He wants to know if we're gonna bring up the bill though. Listen, let me just tell y'all that. So first of all, I was confused because on the broadcast at first you couldn't see it on the field, but after that touchdown was scored, dude stood up and started flexing like he did something special. But it looked like he was doing it because he scored, and I'm like, y'all gonna do that being down 24 points? Like you gonna flex being down 24 points? Okay. But then when they showed it, it's like, yo, come on, man. Like it's hilarious. I feel like now we can say our season is complete because we can check everything off of our bingo boards.
Right.
But like were either of you able to see it while you were at the stadium?
Yep.
I was on the side of the end zone it happened in.
Yeah.
It was prophetic. It was prophetic. It needed to happen. All the years that Tom Brady came in there and just effed us over.
Right?
Listen, you should have thrown two of them bad boys in there, just hooked them. And I would have hit Kendrick Bourne in the head when he caught a touchdown pass. That's how happy I was. And my son was like, Dad, did they throw a flag? I was like, hell yeah, son, that's a flag they threw. Because we was excited. We were so excited, man. It was like, man, it was so magical. I'm so happy that happened. But but to bring it back, the defense was so good. The Patriots only had 89 yards rushing. Half of that was on the first drive. Half of that. They literally put the clamps down. They started so fast that we didn't have to break our game script. Like the defense was like, we're going to make Mac Jones beat us, and he couldn't do it. He doesn't have the arm or the ability, and they don't have the receivers to beat us. And they could not get anything going. Like the Bills defense, man, talk about the defensive ends. Jerry Hughes had a really good game. Ed Oliver has been playing his butt off all season long. That's the next campaign we doing, Spence, is Ed freaking Oliver, because he is just nasty. The guy has just come into his own. Man, we talk about the secondary a lot, and this was without Trey White. This is without one of the top 3 corners in the league. He wasn't there. But what the linebackers were able to do, Hunter Henry, who's that? Jonnu Smith, who? Like Edmonds, Milano, fantastic, man. Levi Wallace stepping in, Dane Jack. I mean, we could go name by name by name by name. And this defense and the game that Leslie Frazier called, I mean, he mixed up his coverages. We saw single high safety looks. We saw so many things that they could not. It's usually Belichick is the one that always has these little curveballs and things where we're like, damn, we didn't know he was going to be able to do that and this. But McDermott and Frazier, the way they've been calling this defense all year long has been impressive.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I put in my after the game the next day, I always do like my victory Monday, today's Sunday, so I did the victory Sunday thoughts. My first point is I really wonder where Brian Daboll and Leslie Frazier are shopping for condos, because at this point they're gone. After a performance like that on both sides of the ball, they're gone. And I know last season I said Dayball was gone. I promise you, this year he's gone. This is not a it's happening. If they want to leave and they're getting offers, they're both getting interviewed for the same jobs. I believe Miami's owner actually flew up to Buffalo today to interview both of them after yesterday's game. Both of them are getting interviewed for Chicago. Both of them are getting. I'm telling you, they're gone, man. They're gone. So, and let's remember, we've been having the whole thing all year. Fans, can we get rid of Dayball? You do not fire an offensive coordinator that consistently now 2 years in a row has you in the top 5 for offense. You don't do that.
Yeah,
you just don't.
And if Leslie Frazier gets hired, the Bills get 2 third-round picks, so they get one this year and one next year if Frazier gets a head coaching job.
Yeah, that's the that's like one of the newer additions to the Rooney Rule, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Can we don't have to get, because we're going over time now, so I know everybody wants to get to the game, so I'm gonna round this up. But I do want to just say how ridiculous it is that at this point, and this is not like I know everybody knows I don't do like the political talk. I try not to be like super back and forth, but can we say how ridiculous it is that there's just one coach of color? I'm not going to say black, but I mean just one coach. I guess Robert Saleh is mixed. I don't know how he, but there's one coach, and Mike Tomlin is that dude. So I mean, he deserves his job. But you cannot it just doesn't make sense how it's still something that needs to be a conversation in 2022. Like, why is the Rooney Rule even a rule? It just needs to be. There's a lot of brilliant minds, and you can't tell me that out of the 32 teams that. Okay, y'all get my point. We're getting ready to watch this Kansas City and Pittsburgh Steelers game. So we're gonna go around. I want to know who you want to face. Who do you want to win tonight? So that way in the AFC, between the teams that are left, I forget exactly how we can line up, but who do you want to face this week coming up? I want the Chiefs. I want them. I know people want to be in Buffalo, so they want the Chiefs to lose so it can be another home game. But I'm gonna just tell you what, I want the Chiefs bad. I want to do what I'm sure it won't be the score like it was, but I want to do exactly to the Chiefs what we did to the Patriots. And then I want to do the same thing to the Tennessee Titans. Then I want to do the same thing to the Green Bay Packers. That's exactly what I want to do on the way to our first Lombardi coming back to Western New York in history. That's what the hell I want. What you want, K-Gun?
I originally did not want Kansas City because I do want the Bills home game, but there's a part of me that after standing in that stadium for that, that championship last year and watching Diggs do the famous Diggs thing live, that is just burned into my soul, that I would love to rehash that out again. This is clearly our revenge tour, and I want to keep with that same energy moving forward. Question though, I actually do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody tweet about it, or somebody told me about it. Did Robert Kraft really leave the stadium at halftime yesterday? I wasn't on social, so I don't know.
Well, I couldn't confirm it. I was actually looking for somebody who I trusted to have said that, or for, there's always like video of people leaving out, like the Rex Ryan video when he got fired or whatever. I was looking to see him actually leave. But I know what I did see. Their coach, Bill Belichick, didn't want to really shake our coach's hand. Mm-hmm. Sean McDermott, it was a real shady. All right, get up. But you know what, Sean, run that score up. Do it every single time we play the Patriots. Put your foot on their necks and keep it going. Just like, don't let up. Don't let up. I want to dog the Patriots for as long as we can. I want to own the Patriots. I want to own the Dolphins. I want to own the Jets. I don't want to own them. Like, they're not worth enough to own. I won't make anything on them. But I want to own those other two teams, and I just want to sun the Jets. Just
right. One other thing too. Wait, one more question. Did they give any updates on the broadcast about Mario Addison? I believe
he's fine. I believe he's fine. I don't think he was. I think, if I'm being honest, I think his ego is a little bit more bruised than his physical. He kind of got bullied by Mac Jones there for some unknown reason. He got blocked and pushed back by that rag arm, and So I don't know.
Got it.
Let's see. Trigg said Belichick didn't even want to shake Allen's hand. I'm gonna tell you what. I would have went to the visitors room. Hey coach, what's up, man? I missed you on the field. I missed you on the field, coach. That's what I missed you, Coach. What's up, Coach? What up, Sterls? Who you want to face next weekend?
The Steelers. I don't want to see Mahomes again. Like, I mean, as much as I think the Bills could beat anybody, but give me the lesser opponent. And there's a thing that just going to the opener, they kind of ruined it for us, Spence. We were there sitting right next to each other. We saw Ben and these ragtag Steelers beat us. So if they could come to Buffalo and redo that, I'm good with that. I want to see the Steelers, but I don't think it's going to happen. So bring on the Chiefs. And you know what? It might be better for the Bills to play an away game in Kansas City. Bring on the Arrowhead and all the, you can't beat the Chiefs, because that's what we're going to hear this week. You can't beat the Chiefs, yada, yada, yada. And let's go. These Bills, they're playing their best football that they've played all year long. They can run the ball now, so there's no excuses. Our offensive line's playing solid. What's the excuse now? There ain't none. So let's go.
We didn't even talk about Tommy Doyle's touchdown.
Let's play.
We didn't even talk about that.
Yes.
No excuses now.
Yes.
We talk about that
That's
offensive
so
line.
dope.
We didn't even talk about that fat man touchdown. You know what I mean? We didn't even
Big
do
boy
it.
touchdown.
Rick Bates
That's
out
how-
there looking like Rick James out there in that thing.
Let's
boy.
go. You know what I mean?
Rick
Saucy.
James, what?
Saucy out there.
Hey, boy, Rick Bates. Hey, y'all need to get him a chain. That boy need a chain.
He
Rick
need a piece.
Bates, beyond.
Yo, we were so disrespectful yesterday.
Yeah.
Throwing touchdowns to just look. Hey, Dub, Big Dubs. Who you trying to face? Who you trying to face?
Normally, and I feel like a lot of people have this kind of mentality that they kind of just want the path of least resistance, to get to the Super Bowl. But at this point, with how complete of a team we are now, I want all the smoke. Bring on the Chiefs. I want to really bully our way to the Super Bowl. There's no point in being scared, I don't really want to play this person. No, I want to play that person. Let's go beat their ass and let's go all the way.
Go beat that ass. Go beat
that
ass. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, and you know what? I didn't mention it. I know we kind of talked about it just for a brief second there earlier when I made the mention that Jordan Poyer shouted me out. Look, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, we ain't got a riot, Buffalo. We ain't got a riot. We're going to get on out of here. I want to shout out my man, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. I want to shout out Josh Allen, because he was supposed to be a damn all-pro the way he looked last night. He should listen. If this is Josh Allen, if this is who our quarterback is, there's going to be multiple MVPs coming. There's going to be multiple Lombardis coming. There's going to be multiple All-Pros coming. It's going to be multiple every players of the month, players of the week. It's going to be multiple all of that. It's going to be whatever award that's available for that dude. It's coming. So, God, I love y'all.
I love you too, man.
I love y'all.
Man. All the love.
Oh man, I'm so hyped. My energy is so I can run through a wall right now, and I probably don't have any more walls to run through in this joint because I've been running all day and last night. Any closing thoughts?
Been in the streets of Chippewa last night, so.
Oh, you was out there doing it.
I was out there.
Shout out to my man Mookie Hawkins. I saw a picture of Mookie from yesterday where dude was completely sauced. You could tell he was completely enjoying himself. And it was okay, you a fan today, Mook. You
that's all I'm gonna say.
We had a good old time with
Mookie out there.
Shout out my brother Mookie, man. He's doing big things out there. So hey, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Hey, so y'all know how I do it over here. It's your boy Jay Spence the King, and we representing that Buffalo Rum. Oh, hey, I didn't ask y'all where y'all. Give me y'all names. Tell them where they can find you on Twitter. Look at K Gun. Get them.
Oh, you can find me at Kimmick86. You can find us also over at Bill's Mafia Babes across all the different socials.
Sterls for the girls.
Yeah, you can find me at Cover One. We do the Hoof podcast on Tuesday nights. And as soon as this Bill season's over, you're going to see a lot of me talk about the draft. So that's where I love to get down is draft talk. So y'all going to be seeing me. But yeah, that's where I get down. At Forward Sterling.
Hey, Dub, Big Dubs.
Yeah, so y'all can find me on Twitter at BillsBabe716. We're probably going to have another donut bag episode coming out later this week. I know Joey didn't think the Steelers going to make it to the playoffs, but here we are. So I think we'll probably have a little recap later this week. So we'll see how tonight goes.
All right. And like I said, y'all know how I do it. It's your boy Jay Spencer King representing that Buffalo Rumblings podcast and YouTube channel. Y'all take care of each other, love each other, and live in peace. And as always, stay positive, test negative. Now we go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go
Yeah.
Bills.